sitting up under an oak tree. Let me show you how it looks. Little oak tree, just relaxing after cutting. Back there you can see the trail. I think I may show you guys what it looked like, but I want to rap to you about something. And everybody, we got a lot of stuff going on in America right now, and this COVID-19 thing is a trip. Got a lot of people obviously don't believe in it, but you know, nevertheless, it is a tragedy and it's real for a lot of people. So I want to talk to you about this mortgage forbearance thing that that's available for a lot of people. And kind of fortunately, some people do not actually need the forbearance. They are looking at it as a opportunity to you know, just keep more money. Take the money instead of paying your house note. You might want to take it and invest it in this, that, and the other. Put it in some other stuff. But there are some particular things that you need to be aware of before you take that money. Well, number one, you're not really taking money. You're just not paying. So a forbearance is what they're saying when you look at the terms of what forbearance is basically taking your house payment and skipping that payment. Basically, everybody wants to skip the payments, but there's a lot of things that goes into it that you need to know first. One of the first things you need to know is it's mostly for government-backed loans, you know, like FHA, HUD, VA, all those type of loans right there. They are the ones that will let you forbear without any questions asked. So you can call up your mortgage company and just tell them, hey, I'm going through. I can't make my payment this month. So after you don't make your payment this month, you have to realize that if you have those type of loans, it's 90%, 99% of the time your mortgage, your taxes and insurance is included in that. Well, they may have a deal with the banks that they gave banks a stimulus, and they allow them to forbear your payments. That does not include your taxes and insurance. So if you have a $1,500 mortgage payment, you know, maybe only 1,000 or 900, just say 900 of it is really your principal and interest, and the other 600 could be your taxes and insurance. So you really can only forbear a portion, which would be the 900. So now we have to look and see how much that is going to play a part, because you don't get to forbear the entire mortgage as most people know it. The next thing about the forbearance is the way they have it written up is, hey, okay, you don't have to pay for 3 months. Well, what happens after 3 months? Well, they're expecting for you to pay those 3 months back at one payment, and you still have to make that 4th month payment. So you're going to have to pay all that stuff back all at one time, which totally defeat the purpose. If you don't have enough money to pay your mortgage now, and then after 3 months you're going to have enough money to pay all 3 months plus the 4th month when you lost the job, makes no sense at all. None. The mortgage forbearance program is not for the general person. I would not suggest you do that. That is for the highly skilled investor, someone who might want to put a little extra money towards some investments and get that. It's just not. So the forbearance part, purely political, just to sound good. You don't want to do that. Trust me, you don't want to do that, because you don't want to end up with having to make all those payments at one whop. Got to get that weed eater out to get the edge of those. But anyway, now that we got the forbearance part over with, let's talk about credit. Now, they're saying they're not supposed to be able to report to your credit reporting agencies, and maybe it shouldn't affect your credit. Well, they didn't say it wasn't going to affect your credit. They said they were not going to report. And with the way the credit reporting works, no reporting, which is what they're not going to do, has an impact. It's different from paying as agreed. So unless they specifically state that you paid as agreed, it's not going to do you any good. So it will affect your credit. So it's going to say they're going to have no reportings. So any creditor can look at that and say, oh, they went through hard times or whatever. So they can decipher, they can read between the lines on the credit. So the credit reporting thing, don't trust it. Look at that beast. It's a beast. Okay, so now that you know about the forbearance you can't do and the credit reporting situation when dealing with a forbearance is not what they're going to say, now we have to deal with another issue, which is after you do take all those, the forbearance, there is a thing that they call a modification. Now, this, if they would have specifically spelled it out, would actually be better. So, specifically stating the modifications that you would need will involve going in and redoing your deed of trust, which is almost like closing again. You know, when you went in and signed all that stuff, you basically have to do it similar like a refi, where you have to go and redo this and put all your payments to the back that you forbear. So that's going to involve money. You know, the title company, I work for a title company, they're not just going to do these forbearance and this loan modification, getting the notaries and all this stuff. All that's going to cost money. So it's going to cost you money anyway to do that, because you're going to have to do the closing all over again. And to make matters worse, if you were really in need and you had to go through all that, chances are your credit is going to take a hit. You have to go in and get qualified for it, in which you don't have a job now, or your credit don't change now, and you can't get it. So you really can't get the modification. It's a trap. It's a trap. All it's going to do is prolong the inevitable, which is a foreclosure, if you can't get all the money. So it sounds good. It's good for the politicians to say that, you know, they're going to give you all this stuff, and it sounds like they're doing a lot for you, but they're really not. I mean, they're doing it, but in order for you to take advantage of it, you have to be already on your game, not really needing it at all. You're only using it to, like, okay, well, I'm just going to take all this money here that I would be normally paying my mortgage, stack it up and invest it and blah, 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 and doing whatever. And then when it's time to pay it back, you can either, one, pay it back all at one sum because you made a few dollars off the investment, fine. Or you can refinance it, basically what the modification is, and just redo it and put it at the back. But it's going to cost you all closing fees and all that other stuff. All that is going to apply. So you're really not saving anything. So I just wanted to put that out there. And I am just a regular Joe Blow, happens to work at a title company and know how a lot of this stuff works. So, you know, you guys be careful with this forbearance situation. Go in there if you do. You need to be specific. Can I do a modification now? Do it now while your credit hasn't taken a hit. Do the modification right now. Don't wait till after, like they're saying, the forbearance period, then they can do something different. Well, you've already allowed a lot of the things that will allow you not to get a loan to happen, and now you're stuck. So be careful with this forbearance program. If at all avoid it. If you need it, try to tread lightly with it, figure out, try to get the deal done all in one rock, the forbearance and the modification done now. You want your payments added to the end of the loan if they're going to do that, so you don't have to do that. But keep in mind, you're going to have to go through closing costs and all that other stuff, which is going to be added to your loan probably, and it's just more money that you're going to have to owe in the end. Anyway, hey, I just wanted to give y'all this information right here from this forbearance stuff. I know I never talk about finance, but hey, it is what it is. Let me show you the rest of this yard.